So this one woman is asking the question about where are all the celebrities speaking up on the situation with the SNAP program? Where are they? Let's go ahead and check this out.
Where are the celebrities? Where are the mothers? Where is Kim Kardashian? Where is Cardi B? Where is Taylor Swift? Where is Beyonce? 40 million people are about to lose their food assistance, and they do not care because they are part of the system. Wake up. Nobody needs Skims when they're actually skin and bone. Nobody needs 12 albums with the same music. Wake up. They don't care. They want you to starve. Starve them. Do not buy their stuff. They want children to starve. Wake up.
Well, let me tell you about a lot of these celebrities. They're not going to really say much or nothing now because of the Trump administration. You see, the Trump administration, if they really go hard and heavy on them, then he going to retaliate on them. You understand? So they fear a lot of retaliation from him. That's number one. Number two, it's not celebrities' responsibility to be focusing on that. There are people with a job, right? And they known for their job. Could they do something? Yeah, but that's a choice. It's your government's responsibility. Listen, the celebrities don't get the tax revenue that the government get every year. They don't. The government should be taking care of this. The government should be figuring out why in the world we got 42 million people on the SNAP program. This shouldn't be happening. We need to get these people off the SNAP programs of self-sufficiency, but the only way you can do that is you got to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. You can't scream and cry about Beyonce and Kim Kardashian and all these other people. You can't do that. I would never see that. That's been your problem. And I'm so glad a lot of people in the black community have stopped that. Why are you looking at quote unquote celebrities? These celebrities ain't got nothing going on for the most part anyway. They living their life doing whatever they do. Why you want them involved in anything? And the thing is, if they want to do it, they would have done it already. You feel me? Now, Thanksgiving coming up. Let's say the government shutdown is still happening around that time. At the film of this video, the shutdown is still going on. But they may come up with some Thanksgiving turkeys. They all like to do that. Maybe some Christmas gifts or something. But other than that, these people not worried about y'all because that's not what they in business to do. They're not a food bank. They're not a charity organization. And you don't know if they're giving money to any food banks. You don't know anything. Let me tell you something what the Bible teach. The Bible teach that, when you give in secret, God rewards you openly. But if you give and you want all this attention, everybody to see what you're doing, then you already received your reward. You understand what I'm saying? So you don't know if a celebrity is giving money to a food bank in the area. You don't know. They may be quiet about it. Not just because you don't see them doing something don't mean they're not doing anything. You need to focus more on your Congress people and your local leaders and get them on the job. But that's what they're there for. That's what you vote for them for, to handle issues like this. But y'all have to understand the SNAP program isn't a constitutional amendment. And I understand it's a program that got put in the law, but that can go away. We shouldn't be dependent. Listen, most of us that grew up, I know I grew up that way. We wasn't on no SNAP program. We wasn't. And I'm glad we didn't get into that lifestyle because sometimes that becomes a crutch. And then now you don't have it and now you're up a creek. You understand? So I say Congress going to have to raise the federal minimum wage at least to $15 an hour, at least, to get people even considering all these programs. And they're going to have to do price controls at the same time, So let's say you raise the federal minimum wage, then these grocery stores can't be raising their prices when they do that. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's like, well, how is that people going to be able to afford stuff every time you give a raise and you're going to raise prices? That's kind of dumb.